I'm just a big fan of any kind of technology that it gets students excited, and engages them, that make them want to sit up and pay attention and come to class. And it shouldn't replace staff paper and a pencil and dictation and ear training and solfege and all that fundamental content, but just finding ways to get them excited about music in general.
Hello, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Juan Chavez, and this is how a high school teacher looks at the end of a full working day. My gig right now, my full-time job, is to teach music theory at the high school level. I teach AP music theory in 11th and 12th grades. And I'm in search of a better, more engaging, more active, more fun, and just a better way to teach the things that I have to do, a more relevant way to teach the things that I have to do. In order to do this, I've been trying to get the funds to add technology to my classroom, and that is why I'm doing this Donor Choose project that I'm looking for people to donate to and people to help me with. And in order to explain a little bit of why is it that I think this is the correct way for our music scholarship or music academia to grow in high schools and universities for that matter, I've been talking with different people about why is it or how is it that technology could improve the musicianship or music theory curriculum at school. One of the awesome people that I had the pleasure of speaking with was Dr. Daniel Walzer of Indiana University, Purdue University in Indianapolis. And these are some of the highlights of what he had to say about it.
How do you engage their learning in an active way? I mean, if you were to have them compose something original using a DAW for fun but still align it with your learning outcomes. If they're doing part writing or voice leading, are there ways that you might be able to engage them with the DAW in a useful fashion?
You notice that Dr. Walzer referred to DAWs. DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. And at the end, it is a mix of software and hardware that is used to record, edit, and produce audio files. Check it out. This is Cubase, and this is one of the demo projects that it comes with. Here you can see, these are all the tracks. Some of these are MIDI, some of these are audio. And at the end, with all of this, what you can have is a piece of music, a composition that can be recorded and produced and edited completely in the computer. People like Lin-Manuel Miranda, like Hans Zimmer, like Mason Bates, like Billie Eilish, they all use DAWs in one way or another. A lot of the conversation that we had with Dr. Walzer focused around how is it that we could incorporate DAWs to teach the music theory curriculum to make it more relevant, to make it more engaging, all of those things that I said before.
DAWs are used in so many different ways, from podcasting and scoring, a short movie to, performing with, Ableton Live or, a controller, or certainly recording, songwriting. If there was a sort of DAW-based musicianship, they can learn concepts through repetition because they can try things. And if they don't like it, they can delete it, or they can move it, or they can speed up the tempo, or they can remix things, or they can, have some agency over how they choose to use the DAW to help them learn and come up with something. If you're talking about species counterpoint, then they may come up with a progression or a passage, but maybe they don't like the sound, so maybe they try a different sound, or they just, it gives them an opportunity to try it through some repetition. And that's not unlike someone learning an excerpt for a performance of some kind, which I think is advantageous. And throughout this process, they have to listen. There's a critical listening element to it, which requires them to pay attention instead of it being passive. They actually, if they start moving things around, they have some, even clicking a mouse, they have some active participation in the process. For the students that may go to college, some may go to community college, some may just decide that they want to go do something else, but they want to start their own project studio, or get out there and do things on their own, then these are the types of technology that they'll likely see. what's the overarching goal for your AP Music theory sequence beyond just passing the exam, right? So, because when the students are done, then what? Of course, you want them to do very well, but also, are you trying to instill some overall musical understanding and skills that they can use, even if they don't pursue music as a degree? Maybe they look back and they say, I got to compose, this piece, and it was we listened to this, classical music example, and then I came up with something that was my own spin on it, and just thinking about those kinds of memories, and what that might do to plant seeds for them as they move forward. You're doing right by them, because you're like, wow, yeah. I mean, so we studied sonata form, or we studied, we're talking about, tritones, and we're talking about secondary dominants. And so the way I did it was by composing in this way to do it in this fashion.
I really like that point that he had here, because what is our goal? And I feel like as a music teacher, my goal is to be able to share the gift of music with other people and the gift of music with my students. And one thing is to be able to learn part writing and learn that you should avoid parallel fifths and parallel octaves and blah, 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 and that T resolves to Do and Fa resolves to Mi. But the important thing should be that music makes our lives better. Art makes our life better because it touches parts of our soul that nothing else does. And that should be the main thing about studying music or having music be part of academia. And I think if we're able to incorporate compositions and incorporate technology like this, where students can be creating and can come up with things that are a lot closer to the music that they experience as part of their day-to-day, it's something that at the end is more relevant and will bring better results to your life than the way that we're doing it right now. So thank you for checking out this video until the end. If you, like me, believe that this would be a cool thing to start adding to our schools, please help us out and donate. Any donation helps. Every donation is tax deductible. There's a lot of good things that could come from it. If you cannot help donating right now, please help us by sharing this video or sharing the link of the project that I'm going to put right here to any possible donors that you think could help us out. And that's it. Thank you very much.